Hi everyone. Today we're going to talk something about delusional disorder. So we have already discussed about delusional disorders in our classes and everything. So here we're going to talk about different types which you need to specify when you diagnose the condition delusional disorder using DSM-5 criteria. DSM-5 criteria explains about different types of delusions, different types of delusions. It explains about 7 types. The one among that is erotomanic type. So erotomania is this subtype of delusional this condition. It applies when the central theme of the delusion is that another person is in love with the individual. So this particular individuals believe it holds that individual hold false belief that another person is in love with this particular individual. That type of delusion is called as erotomanic delusion. So it could be anybody. So they will feel that the actions, the usual talk of that person, or they'll misinterpret it as that they are trying to communicate them. Okay, so then another subtype is grandiose type. Grandiose type is a much discussed and very common type. So this subtypes applies when the central theme of delusion is a conviction of having some great talent, or having some great insight, or having made some important discovery. So this kind of but it is not recognized, it's unrecognized. They believe that they are having some important talents. They believe that they are having some high they are having some important or very great insights. So this kind of beliefs, this kind of subtypes, we usually call it as grandiose subtypes. Now we have something called as jealous subtype. Jealous subtypes, this subtype, the major themes or central theme of this particular delusion is that the individual's delusion is that he or she or their spouses, okay, so their spouses are unfaithful. So this is the major theme of this particular delusion, which you can see. And another common type of delusion, which we mostly seen in paranoia and all, so that is persecutory type of delusion. Persecutory type of delusion is that the individual will be holding the belief that he or she is conspired against, or maybe somebody is cheating on them, or they are being spied on, or somebody is following them, or somebody is trying to poison them, or somebody is trying to drug them, or somebody is trying to attack them or harm them or harass them. So in order to pursue some long goals, they must be having some long-term goal, and in order to pursue those goals, they believe that they are trying to harm them. Okay, so that is what we call it as persecutory type. And we also there's also another subtype which is called as somatic subtype. So somatic type subtype applies when the central theme of the delusion involves bodily functions. So some kind of bodily functions, or some kind of bodily sensation which the delusion is involved with, some kind of bodily function or bodily sensation, some kind of wrong beliefs or false beliefs about that, then we call it as somatic type. Then we have mixed type and also unspecified type. Whenever we diagnose the condition, we need to mention whether any type, what subtype exists. Okay, so whenever there is not one but no one theme, no one, not one, I'm sorry, not to, there is no one delusional theme predominates. Sometimes we can also see that there is no delusional theme is predominating in the condition. So when there is no delusional theme predominates in the this particular disorder, then we can specify, when you diagnose the condition, you can specify as delusional disorder with mixed type. And so you can see glimpses of all the different grandiose or maybe persecutory, but none of the theme predominates. So that is where we write it as mixed type. So what is unspecified then? So unspecified applies when the dominant delusional belief cannot be clearly determined, or it's not described in any specific type. If now we have a set of DSM has set of a specified delusion, when it is doesn't include in that specified category, or it is not clear, or when the dominant delusional belief is cannot be clearly determined or clearly visible in the patient, such time you can go for and write unspecified type. So, for example, you can say the referential delusions, or without a referential delusion, where without a prominent persecutory or grandiose component. When such condition occurs, you can say that as you can say that as unspecified type. Okay, so that's all about the specifiers, or maybe the major subtypes in delusional disorder.